everybody. I thought I would share the study I'm doing in First Peter. And I bought this book in Walmart. It was less than $2. It's got lined paper, and I thought this would be perfect for me to just jot down what I'm learning as I go along. So when I start a new study, I like to do different things in my book so that I have things I can look back on and remember the study. Because I feel like if I don't focus, if I don't write down these things or add these things, that when I look through, I'll just see pages of words and not what I need to remember. So I use these little stickers that I get in different sticker books, and it's the ones where it's just the lines on them so that I can write down different notes. And next I'll insert a picture, and I'll show the page where in Schofield it gives you some notes at the top about what this is about. In First Peter. And I write all this down, and then in the notes on the Bible, in the Schofield notes on the top of the section before the scripture is, it gives verses, but I write them out because I like to have them in there. I remember better when I write things down. Some people remember better in different ways, but mine is writing it down. And when I read through these at the top of it and pondered on it and thought, my prayer is, dear Lord, please pray for me and my family like you did for Peter. Because it gives us a verse in here with other verses that says he was going to pray for Peter. And we need that in our lives. Some of the verses that stuck out to me in this was Luke 22:31 and 32. And it says, "And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat." And I thought, I wouldn't like that, hearing that. But then he goes on to say, "But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not." And I'd love the Lord to pray for me that my faith fail not. That's why I put that prayer in. And the verse continues to say, "And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren." And I thought, that's a wonderful, wonderful verse. And I thought, I would love that. I would love that if the Lord would do that for me. So I thought that is something we should all think about. And that's where I'm starting and focusing my study on Peter. Peter himself fascinates me because he's boisterous and bold, and yet humble enough to realize that he makes mistakes. Some people say that when he denied the Lord and he went out and went fishing afterwards, that he did it because he was giving up. And I kind of thought about that a lot after I heard that several times from pastors, and I thought, that doesn't mean necessarily, because it doesn't say he just gave up. I think maybe sometimes when things happen in our lives, we need to step back And fishing, probably to Peter, was something he did so many times that he could go out and he could fish and he could focus his mind on what went on and think things through and ponder on it. And because he had to process it. I think that he went fishing not to go back to the old life, but to have that activity that he could do and get into his own head and his whole mind and soul and process it all. And then afterwards, when he went to shore and saw Jesus, he had processed it enough. So when Jesus spoke to him, he could speak back. He was still distressed when he spoke to Jesus afterwards. And his distress came out because he wanted the Lord to understand. I love you, Lord. I know I've messed up. And I'm sorry. But I love you, Lord. And the Lord was not beating him down, but helping him to voice it out loud. Put it strong in his heart how much he loved him. The Lord gave him that space to go fishing so he could get into his thoughts and then come back and focus his thoughts to what the Lord needed from him. And that was such a powerful lesson that I thought I'd share it. And that's what I'm going to kick off for my study of Peter. Each time I do a little section, I'll come on and I'll share. Thank you so much. And I hope that you ponder and think on and realize sometimes we mess up and we have to step back, focus our thoughts and say, Lord, I love you. You know I love you. Please help me to be what I need to be. Please mold me into what I need to be. And please help me to grow into a closer walk with you, a stronger Christian, and to be all I need to be for you, Lord. That's it for this time. I'm so glad that we got this time together, and I can't wait for the next time. Bye-bye.